What if you saw a real-life superhero's vehicle pull up next to you at a red light? Or better yet, do you believe in people that can fly? If you do, or even better yet if you don't, stick around today as we bring you If These Moments Were Not Filmed, No One Would Believe It. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Petroleum dive. Now, by nature, humans, for whatever reason, desire attention in some of the strangest ways, sometimes to the point that it doesn't even matter what it costs them. Of course, that will be reiterated over and over throughout the course of today's episode, and that sentiment certainly isn't lost on our first video, originally posted by YouTube channel John Connor back in February of 2017. A pretty reckless guy over in Russia did something pretty insane. Check it out. What the hell is that black goo that this guy just jumped into? Well, according to the guys online, this dude took it upon himself to jump into a pit of petroleum oil. Why he did something so insane is beyond me, but look at him. After he gets out of the pool, the material quickly begins to dry over his entire body. It takes a highly pressurized hose to even begin to strip away at some of the material, and it looks like he still had a ton of work to do even after the video ends. Would you or have you ever done something so ridiculous? Foul ball. So, if you've been to a baseball game, especially as a kid, then you may have taken your baseball glove with you, just in case you had a chance to catch a fly ball that came out to your seats. But sometimes people catch fly balls and home runs without the use of a baseball glove, usually just using their hands. But what if your hands are full? Check out this Padres game where an unsuspecting young lady was sitting out in the stands when a foul ball came right up to her seat. Instinctively, and likely after years of practice playing beer pong in college, she catches the foul ball in her beer glass. Now, how crazy is that? And then after laughing hysterically for a few moments, she does what any good beer pong player would do. She chugs the rest of her drink. Of course. Flying little girl. While our last video was more of a whimsical display of high improbability, this next video has to be something that's basically impossible, or so you would think. We don't know a whole lot of the origin of this vid, but the text tells us that we're in some woods over in Russia. A man can be seen walking his dog to open the clip. After the dog scampers away a bit, it seems to have picked up on something off in the distance. The owner calls out to his pet, but the dog continues to run away into and through a clearing in the dense forest. Then that's when he sees it. In the distance, there appears to be a toddler, perhaps a little girl, floating in the air. Like, actually floating. What the heck? Who are these people? Unfortunately, again, not a whole lot is known about the origin of this clip, but do you think that it could be real? Another flying girl. Sort of. Since we already brought up one little girl who was caught flying in a really strange video, up next we've got something a bit more down to earth, yet still pretty shocking to witness. This time around, we're peering through the lens of a security camera. You can see a 4-year-old little girl playfully bouncing her way to the front door. Once she gets there and slaps her hand onto the screen door handle, the unthinkable happens. A gust of wind instantly picks up, sending the girl flying around the corner. This all went down in Lyndhurst, Ohio, and perhaps the most impressive thing is that not only did the girl hang on to the door, but she also never let go of that smartphone either. Russian Bigfoot. Okay, so I promise you, the country of Russia did not sponsor today's video. Well, at least as far as I know. But this next video was posted online by several different users, and again, it originates from Russia. It displays what some claim to be absolute proof of the Russian Yeti, also known as a Bigfoot. Check it out. Taken in a set of unknown woods out in Siberia, there, and there. Several times you can see a large bipedal animal that appears to be completely covered in hair. The creature runs and jumps through the woods with relative ease. But of course, due to the graininess associated with the camera phone footage, what do you think could be happening here? Is it really a monster? Or is there a simpler, more logical explanation at play? Monkey Mafia. We've all heard the term laughing to keep from crying before, am I right? And that perfectly describes the reaction of some people who visit Indonesia, as there are a wild group of macaques that have figured out a pretty ingenious way of getting what they want, when they want. Check this out. These Monkey Mafia members will steal valuables from unsuspecting tourists. After running off with the item, park attendees will approach the creatures with a cracker or some other form of snack, at which time the primate drops the stuff and grabs the food, retreating off into the distance with the ransom. Pretty smart though, right? Not once, not twice. Scientists say that the probability of someone being struck by lightning is pretty slim. The odds of being struck in any one year is something like 1 in 700,000. For comparison's sake, 1 in every 10,000 clovers is a lucky 4-leaf variety, so you've actually got a better chance of finding a pot of gold than getting struck by a golden streak. Well, figuratively speaking, of course. Anyway, check out this video that claims to show a man gets struck by lightning not once, not twice, but 3 times in just a matter of minutes. Talk about having a bad day. Well, actually, each time the man got up from the strikes, so maybe this is actually a man having a great day. It's all about perception. Dynamos walk on water. One surefire way to not get the pretty girl to like you when you're out kicking it is to jump right out the gate talking about magic. But for a select few, like Dynamo over in the UK, it might actually work. Dynamo is a real magician, whatever that means, and he's got one trick to his credit that places him into a whole different tier: the ability to walk on water. A large crowd gathers to check out Stephen Frayne, better known as Dynamo, and his otherworldly ability. Check it out. Whoa. Now, of course, everyone wants to know, how did he do it? But of course, that just ruins the magic. So for now, you can make your guesses. Just make sure that you drop those comments down there for us all to check out. We want to know all the secrets of magic too. Record basketball shot. We'll swing back to sports for just a moment and show off a world record basketball shot that is just unbelievable. The Guinness World Record was in attendance for this attempt that, believe it or not, was nailed on just the 3rd shot from this daring height. We're in Switzerland at the Morvesen Dam, where a man named Derek Heran put a basketball into a basketball hoop from a staggering 660 feet, 10 inches away. This was accomplished on January 13th, 2018. Check it out. Ha, pretty cool, huh? Now, admittedly, this isn't exactly a fadeaway jumper from the corner to clinch an NBA championship, but I mean, it's still pretty cool. Batmobile. Batman, in a world full of superhero lovers, is kind of like the anti-superhero. After all, he is just a real man who just so happened to have an infatuation with bats to the point that he lived in a bat cave, has a butler, a bat wing, and of course, a Batmobile. There have been countless attempts to recreate the illustrious vehicle in real life, but none of which has ever been more impressive than this. Check it out. Back in 2017, this insane Batmobile made its rounds on the internet. How impressive is that? And the crazy thing is, this isn't even the only one. Several people over the years have tried to recreate the billionaire crime fighter's main method of transport, some achieving far better results than all the rest. Like Zach Miaklovich from Sydney. He said that since he was a kid, he enjoyed superheroes and he also collected all the toys. When he got into his 20s, he began crafting his version of the Batmobile, modeled after the 1989 version that starred Michael Keaton. He worked on it with his granddad. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? How crazy of a list was that? I'm pretty sure you had a favorite from today, and you better know that we certainly want to hear which one it was. Or better yet, is there anything that we missed that should have made the cut? Let us know all that and more down below, and look for your favorite categories throughout the rest of our daily videos.